minus 2 raised to the power of 2 minus 3 factorial plus minus 2 whole raised to the power of 2. Now 90% of students have marked this answer wrong. So let's first understand the basics of this question. So this is a question of order of operation, because we have different operations here when we need to solve it with certain order, and we need to follow this order using this mnemonic called PEMDAS. So parenthesis, exponent, multiplication, division, addition, subtraction. So this is the order of operation. First parenthesis, then we solve a order, indices, roots, exponents, then multiplication, division, addition, subtraction. Now here you can see that there is no parenthesis. Now this is not a parenthesis because there is just one single number inside the bracket and a symbol. This is a way of writing the symbol along with the number, and I will explain it how does it matter and why it is written like this. Now after parenthesis we need to solve the exponent. So we have here two exponent, and the first mistake that students do, that they think that minus 2 square equals to minus inside the bracket whole square, but this is not equal, because here you can see minus is not inside the bracket. This means minus will remain outside the bracket, and this square is just on the number, so it will be minus then 2 times 2. So this is equal to minus 4. Whereas when minus is inside the bracket and then whole raised to the power of 2, it means minus 2 times minus 2, like this. Or you can also write it as minus 2 times minus 2. Now minus minus plus, so this is equal to positive 4. So you see why the bracket written here is essential, and it's not an operation, just a way of writing. Now we know that this here is negative 4, and many do the mistake of writing it as positive 4, but it will not be positive 4, it is negative 4. Then we have minus sign again. Now we have this symbol, and this is called factorial. Here also the students do the mistake of considering this negative sign along with this 3 factorial. Now let's first understand what does this factorial means. This symbol is called factorial. This means product of all the positive integers till that number. So if we have 4 factorial, that means product of all the positive integers till 4. So it will be 1 times 2 times 3 times 4, and its product will be 24. 5 factorial is 1 times 2 times 3 times 4 times 5, and product equals to 120. So 5 factorial equals to 120, 4 factorial equals to 24, and 3 factorial will be 1 times 2 times 3 equals to 6. So it is equal to 6. However, when we have 0 factorial, it is equal to 1. Always remember that the value of 0 factorial is 1. So 3 factorial equals to 6, and this minus 3 factorial, when minus is inside the bracket, this is equal to undefined. Why? Because if you try to define negative 3 factorial, you would need to multiply an infinite descending list of negative numbers which never ends and doesn't produce a meaningful finite value. So mathematically factorials are undefined for negative integers. But here you can see that minus is not inside the bracket. So it is not minus 3 factorial, but just minus outside the bracket, then 3 factorial. So here we have to write 6. 3 factorial equals to 6. Now we write 6 plus. Now minus is inside the bracket, so it is minus 2 times minus 2. So it is positive 4. So we write here positive 4. Now the PEMDAS say once we are done with multiplication, division and other operations, we have to come and solve addition and subtraction. So in addition, subtraction, they are grouped together. We have to solve them from left to right. Same goes for multiplication, division also. We have to solve them from left to right, whichever comes first. But for for addition subtraction it doesn't matter, you will get the same answer even if you do addition first or subtraction first. For example, if you subtract first, for example, minus 4 minus 6 equals to minus 10 plus 4 equals to minus 6, or minus 4 plus 4 equals to 0, then you are left with minus 6. However, to better understand what you can do, you can write minus 4, then write here plus, and write minus 6 inside the bracket, then plus 4. Then you have all the additions with you. So you add minus 4 plus minus 6. What does this mean? That you have a debt of $4 and you are again taking a debt of $6. So total debt will be minus $10. Now plus 4 means that you have $4 to return. So you earned $4. Now you want to pay back. So you are paying back. That means you are still in debt of minus $6. In this way you can understand. Or what we can do, we can simply remove minus 4 and plus 4, they get cancelled, then we are left with minus 6. So this is our answer. What is your answer? Let me know in the comment section. Thanks for watching.